Okay, so this instructional video is for an NV3550 front adapter install and modification process. So when installing this adapter to the 3550 and a small block Ford Bellhousing, you're going to have to make two modifications. So if you take the adapter housing and install it into the Bellhousing, lining up the mounting holes, you'll notice that there's a portion of the casting of the Bellhousing that's going to need to be removed right here. So use this as a template, mark it out, and then you'll cut that with a plasma cutter or a torch or a grinder of some kind to open it up. And the reason you open that up is because when the adapter plate is installed onto the 3550, this casting from the 3550 protrudes through this, so that's what the clearance is necessary for. And also on the side of the transmission, the four mounting holes, two on the other side as well, where they'll mount to the Bellhousing, you can see that the casting of the tranny is interfering with the mounting hole, so you'll have to take a grinder and just notch that out for clearance. So we've taken a paint pen and marked the corresponding spots on the transmission case where it needs to be removed. So we'll go ahead and do that now and show you what the finished product looks like. Okay, so you can see we've clearanced the Bellhousing according to our paint pen marks from before, and we've also taken and clearance the side of the transmission case on both sides also for the Bellhousing bolts. So final assembly, we're going to install the adapter plate onto the transmission, and we're going to take the provided bolts using a little bit of blue Loctite and install them into the corresponding holes and tighten them up, and then we'll move on to the next step. Once the adapter plate is on and all your Allen bolts are tightened up, then we're going to install the Bellhousing next. So once the Bellhousing is installed onto the plate, you're going to go ahead and install the four bolts to retain the Bellhousing to the adapter plate, and we're using some blue Loctite. And here is the final assembly of the NV3550 with the adapter plate to the Bellhousing. You can see that's the reason why you had to clearance the case of the NV3550. And again, we used blue Loctite on the Bellhousing bolts, as well as all the bolts holding the adapter plate to the NV3550 transmission assembly. And now we'll go on to the transfer case adapter.